Hello everyone, my name is Andrey. I am 23 years old. On June 20th, 2017, I suffered a neck injury and ended up in a wheelchair. I got the injury in the evening when I went out with some guys and my girlfriend was also nearby. Well, I decided to pick up my girlfriend, but since there was a small parapet, I slipped, couldn't hold on, and I dropped her. But to avoid falling on her, I flew over her and landed badly on my neck. At the moment I fell, I ended up face down in the water. I started to choke a little, but the person who was nearby, my friend, immediately picked me up and laid me on the ground. I didn't feel like I had broken anything or anything like that. My arms and legs just stopped working right away. Of course, I got scared. I was a bit stressed, but I thought it was just shock and that everything would go back to normal after a while. The ambulance arrived and I was taken to the hospital. I remember that I ended up in a hospital room. My father was there with me, and of course he was confused. Then there was surgery, and while I was on the operating table, I was afraid that I would fall asleep and never wake up again. But even when I woke up, I couldn't move my legs or my arms, and it felt really strange. Just yesterday you were walking, and now you can only move your head, and that's it. My diagnosis is a comminuted fracture of the cervical vertebrae C6 and C7 with a spinal cord contusion, upper paraparesis, and lower paraplegia. The surgery was performed 6 hours after I fell. Well, there were no more surgeries after that. 2 of my cervical vertebrae shattered, and there is a small incision in my neck where they removed all the bone fragments from the cervical spine. Then they insert a special titanium structure and they grind up those bones and fill the area where they place the plates with the bone shavings. It was really, you could say, painful for me that I couldn't turn, do anything, get up or eat. They fed me with a spoon and turned me over. Basically, I could only talk and blink, and that's it. As for my girlfriend, yes, we broke up. She came to the intensive care unit, but no one was allowed in. She came to the ward, but I wasn't in a condition to see anyone except my family or invite anyone. A month later, I called her, we talked, and after that we didn't call or meet again. She wasn't ready for the fact that I, a guy who's 6'5" and used to walk around, would end up in a wheelchair.
Hello, should I come meet you?
No, it's okay, we'll drive up right to the 3rd floor, I'll come in. All right. Turn the wheel this way.
One, two, three. Super. We're working hard to return to our regular schedule and deliver new stories to you as frequently as we can. This is the story of Andrey, who started using a wheelchair at the age of 19. The hero will be reading the comments, so you can support him with kind words. And you can also support us. We have launched sponsorship on our channel. Under this video, next to the subscribe button, you'll see the sponsor button and you can find more information there. And don't forget to like this video, because that way, as many people as possible will see it. Thank you. See you soon.
Depression. It lasted probably even 2 years after I broke down. What was this depression about? I spent a long time in intensive care because the injury was severe and my blood pressure kept dropping. Then I went for rehabilitation and there I ended up having urological problems. I spent 3 months in the hospital. The doctors didn't know what to do. They gave me reserve antibiotics. If it weren't for those antibiotics, I probably would have died too. Only after 8 months did I finally get home. I came back to my own place. I broke down in tears. Yes, I, a man, am saying this. These are tears because I love my home so much and I haven't been here for a long time. Actually, her depression went away when I went to university. That is, with people, of course, we are human, we need communication, to go out, talk, learn, travel, and rehabilitate. That is to keep moving all the time. I'm the kind of person who is always on the move. After the injury, you dream every day that you can walk. There was this feeling that I would wake up and then not be able to walk anymore. That is, my legs don't work, but I don't know. I actually slept until 1 in the afternoon. I didn't want to wake up. I would walk in my dreams and get this kind of pleasure from walking. But I woke up and realized that yes, I can't walk, but I have to move toward this goal and keep going. At home, of course, I can get around pretty well in my small wheelchair. My room is, well, not perfectly, but somewhat adapted so I can get to the television. I can also, for example, transfer to the couch and stretch out here. I can get into the exercise machine, watch television, and also transfer to the bed. The bed was specially raised because, well, I'm tall and it's more convenient for me when the wheelchair is at the same level as the bed. Of course, it's hard for me to get into the bathroom because it's not adapted in this apartment, and even if I renovate it, it still won't be very convenient. So I either, for example, come up with a special basin to wash up and brush my teeth, or, well, I can reach the sink with one hand, but of course it's not easy at all.
And does your mom help you with bathing and going to the bathroom?
Yes, because it's not adapted. In this sense, my parents help me, and of course it's very inconvenient. Of course, I would like to have a room where I could go in by myself, wash up there, and so on. At home, my mom helps me. Well, I spend more time with my mom. She helps me get up in the morning. And, for example, she helps me with eating, making food, cooking around the house. Well, I can mop the floor, I can even vacuum, I can make tea. What I miss the most is that I used to be more mobile. I could just get up in a second and go to another city, or in a second go to another country. I could get behind the wheel, drive a car, and, for example, go to someone's country house. I could easily go to a club and take part in some cultural events. I loved sports the most. Volleyball, I was on the team, a team member. I played basketball and with the football club, Dynamo Minsk, with the football players. I also did water polo for 7 years. Water is like a second home to me. I used to love it too, but now, of course, it's very difficult to make it all happen quickly in just one moment. A lot of friends and acquaintances, they didn't say they didn't want to communicate anymore or that they didn't want to be friends with you anymore. They just, well, gradually stopped communicating. But I still have friends. The guys I was really close with, those true friends, yes, they stayed. Yeah, it hurts me that I broke down and can't walk with them like she does, like a healthy person. But I have motivation, I have a goal. If they can walk, then I should be able to walk too. But when I was at home, I didn't go out into society at all, yeah. And I was kind of embarrassed and so on, thinking that girls might not notice me. And in general, of course, people pay more attention to healthy people than to people with disabilities. But I never get lost. If, for example, I want to meet someone, I just go and introduce myself. If I want to go somewhere with a girl or someone else, I write to them. I believe a man should provide for a woman. And right now in this situation, I need more help. But I strive for it, I work towards it every day. According to the doctor's prognosis, therapeutic physical exercise is crucial. They say to keep pushing and working out and you'll reach your goal. But the most important things are massage, therapeutic physical exercise, and various medications. You need to take those so the spinal cord can recover. The doctors don't say anything. When I first got injured, they actually said I would be bedridden, but I don't believe the doctors in that sense. I've made much more progress and I'm moving. As for whether you'll walk, they don't say anything. They just tell you to, keep working at it and you'll have success. To be a young and healthy guy. When I ended up in a wheelchair at 19, it was really hard, of course, but I know that if I believe, then I can do it. As they say, you can do more, just believe.